All right, let's go to Vanguard newspaper next. The lead story, insecurity. Lagos government cancels vacation classes to meet education stakeholders for holistic measures. Mixed reactions trail end of session celebration at Igbonla. 6 Igbonla students still captive 56 days after. Does this lead story suggest that, well, we're taking precautionary measure, or they're helpless?
Well, this Igbonla issue is bigger because more than 50 days. 56 days. Where are they? And the Commissioner of Police in Lagos continues to raise this glimmer of hope that hope, not a strategy, that the parents will not sleep, their mothers sleep, and they will sleep no more. And this is very worrisome. Nobody knows whether they are alive. The police commissioner continues to say that they are alive and they will sooner than later they will be released, but they have not been released, and it's worrisome.
Well, we'll just the story continues on page 5 if you'd like to go ahead and see that. But look at this at the bottom strip. Dogara raises alarm as Nigerians spend 5 billion annually on generators. It's not 5 billion naira, it's $5 billion. $5
billion. $5 billion on generator. You recall that during the Chief Obasanjo administration, and then when they were talking about this, there was an allegation that they had spent $16 billion
to fix the power
sector, and nothing to show for it. Then a presidential aide to Obasanjo, who was retained then by the Yar'Adua administration, Engineer Shomolu, wrote a confidential letter to the then president that no, it was only 10 billion naira that was earmarked, and not everything had been spent, that they had spent only $3.7 billion, that the rest was kept in an escrow account at the CBN. He was sacked. The man died sometime, was it last year or 2015? Engineer Shomolu, I remember very well. I reported the issue as Abuja Bureau Chief of The Guardian. I remember very well. When the issue got to the House of Representatives, then the Speaker of the House of Representatives added 6 billion to the 10 billion that the State House released, and if that was how 16 billion came on till the same Yar'Adua set up a presidential panel headed by the then Vice President, Goodluck Jonathan, and they confirmed the exact figure that Engineer Shomolu gave. So we've been bandying figures. The speaker, this current speaker that is saying what his predecessor said at that time, should do something about the power sector. They are part of the federal government. We are tired of reading from the book of lamentation. They should give us hope of a better tomorrow. Which Nguge Wathiongo says in Whip Not Child is the only comfort you can give to a whipping child. Hope of a better tomorrow. So they should stop lamenting, giving us figures. They should fix the power sector. The Speaker of the House of Representatives is number 4 citizen in the country, according to the Order of National Precedence Act. Is number 4. So he is part of the federal government. They should not be playing politics with figures. They have done this, they have done that. They should do something. The National Assembly, where he is one of the presiding officers, is one of the most important institutions in a democracy. So he is part of the federal government. They should not be reading all these figures. We are tired of figures. We are tired of billions of dollars. We need power. South Africa, less than 50 million people. They have more than 40,000 megawatts, still counting, and they are developing. They have development plan for it. Since I grew up, since I started recognizing data, we've been saying around 4,000 megawatts. 4,000 megawatts for 181 million people. It's very shameful. They should stop lamenting and do something.
Okay, let's take a look at our independent newspapers next, and the lead story in the front page there. DPP indicts CBN, SGF, Power Ministry for padding budget. It goes with a writer, saves 32 billion naira from 2016 contract review. If you want to pick up on that story, it continues on page 5 of it. But let's talk about that precisely.
More
saves
figures.
32 billion. Okay. Chamberlain is dampening like a damp weather. But we're going to focus on it still.
Maybe this is the book of Revelations now.
Yes.
Oh, I feel like
padding.
32 billion naira saves 32 billion naira from 2016 contract review. What's your immediate impression about what's happening?
Well, you know what is this is a regular kind of story. It's a very good thing that this one has been discovered. Although it is not through our own investigation, and the media is a release that this is exactly what happened by the Bureau of Public Procurement. The Bureau of Public Procurement itself has not been properly constituted according to law. But it's a good thing that they have done this, because the act that set them up is the DG of Bureau of Public Procurement that is supposed to be secretary of a national council on public procurement. According to the law that has not been amended, that is supposed to be headed by the Minister of Finance. These are public policy issues that we hardly follow. That council, the government has attempted to amend the law, but they have not amended the law. This padding issue is something that is, it has crept into our own lexicon, padding. And then the National Assembly people are saying the padding is not an offense. The Speaker himself was once quoted as saying that padding is not an offense, that they have the right under the law to pad, to add, to subtract, to do whatever they like to the budget proposal by the executive arm of government. So padding, this is what happened in 2016, not 2017. Maybe by this time next year, we'll be reading the padding for 2017, because there have been hints that padding has been done.
That's for the Independent.
Let's look at this day. They also have that story as a lead story. In second tranche, Bayelsa Delta Kano get highest Paris Club refunds, and you could get that continuing on page 10 of the paper, including the table. But if you see above that, INEC tackles judge over Melaye's recall, insists process must be concluded in 90 days. How are they going to
But there is a problem now, according to the ruling. They can't conclude this thing within 90 days. That is why INEC is challenging that ruling. Because from that ruling, they cannot complete this process within 90 days, because it will come after 90 days. And if they don't conclude it within 90 days, it's stalled.
Yeah.
And this is another democratic process that will be stalled. People are interested in this kind of thing. We know that even the legislators themselves are interested. If one is recalled, that will open the floodgate for people going for this recall. None has been successful. But this is the highest point we have been in our own democracy, getting to a stage where INEC would set up a timetable for verification. We never got there before. I think we have made some progress.
Let's get to your own paper now.
Okay, The Guardian is next, and the lead story there, 37 feared killed in fresh southern Kaduna crisis. Summit will tackle security challenges. That's the writer that goes with that story.
Yes.
We did talk about
definitely, we talked about it before, that this is scary. And these herdsmen are all over the place, even in the south. And they are armed, they do whatever they like, and even their leaders are talking. And they are saying that, yes, their people have the right to graze, to get to graze anywhere in the country. They can do their job, they can go anywhere, but they are armed. They have AK-47. They kill and move on. Nobody seeks to arrest them. And this is scary. And this one raises fear. And now farmers in most places, especially Benue State, where this is fierce, among other places, cannot go to farm. And when they go, you know, yesterday, even one university authority, we don't want to be profiling, even mentioned that they have arrived and they are grazing. They are in the university campus, these herdsmen. You recall a story last week at National Stadium in Abuja. You saw the photographs of these herdsmen with their cattle in the stadium.
That is not a sign of helplessness. It suggests that we just seem to see it and look the other way.
Yes. But these people, because they are not arrested, Shakespeare says, any mercy that forgives a murderer encourages murder. Any mercy that forgives a murderer encourages murder. So this is the issue. Impunity. They kill, they destroy farm crops, they move on. And no one is arrested. No one is behaving, no one has prosecuted anyone apart from Ondo State government. The Ministry of
Justice. But why is that the case? Because we hear the Sultan say time and again that they are not supposed to be armed, but yes, they can graze, but
they are not supposed to be armed.
To be arrested.
They are not supposed to be armed, but they are armed. Nobody is investigating how they got their arms. They have not been arrested. They seem protected, and they are peer protected, and that's why they do it brazenly. They get away with it, and and it's a very serious matter. People are watching. Why? Why is it that these people can just go to farm, destroy, and we are aiming to use agriculture, to use your word? If these herdsmen can go to with their own products, can go to another farm to destroy farm products in the name of grazing, so where will we have enough yams to export?
I guess we'll have to ask him much later after the show. On that note, we'll leave it this morning. And Martin Oloja is a member, editorial board, is a columnist, and immediate past editor of the Guardian newspapers. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much.